What's going on, guys? This is Eagle Gaming, and welcome to a first impressions video, I guess. I know I haven't been making videos a lot recently, and I will explain that later on in the video, but I know some people who don't watch my channel are watching this right now, so yeah. Anyways, Christmas time rolled around, and as a gift I was given a new Xbox One with the game Star Wars Battlefront. So I'm gonna be showing some gameplay of it. I believe it won't match up with what I'm talking about. I would normally do that, but since it's just a lot more difficult to get footage from the Xbox One, it won't be matching up, it'll just be some gameplay. Anyways, this is a review of the new Battlefront game. Just some things I'd like to note before I begin talking about it. One, I'm not a very good reviewer, so this will be a pretty bad review, most likely. It's just my thoughts, though. First time. I haven't played the game too much. My opinions might change more as I play more, but it's just my first thoughts. I'm a long-time Battlefront fan. As a kid, I played Battlefront 2 a lot. It's still my favorite game in the series, and I still play it occasionally on PC every now and then. I don't know if I'll do it again, but I have a series where I'm doing Galactic Conquest on Battlefront 2, so check that out if you want. I have never played any Battlefield games. I know this game was made by DICE, the creators of Battlefield, and I know that some people say it's kind of like Battlefield 4, but other people say it's actually kind of unique in its own ways. So yeah, and this is kind of a first time thing for me. I don't know if I will play any Battlefield games. I've been thinking about it. In this review, I'm just going to be talking about the overall gameplay, just things I noted personally. Each multiplayer game mode, I did play about, well, since it's my first thoughts, I play like 2 matches at most in each mode. And, yeah, I'm also just going to give additional notes about the game, just that are kind of miscellaneous. So let's go ahead and get started with this review. Alright, first up is the gameplay. So this is going to be pretty short. These are just a few things I noticed. The game does have, much to my surprise, first and third person views, which makes it a bit different from Battlefield. I'd say it's a really good move, because imagine how mad we would be if we heard, oh yeah, we're just gonna have first person view, no third person. We could tell it would be a cash grab there, but they decided to give us both. The third person view, although it is in there, it's a lot more different from previous Battlefronts. It's more over the shoulder Gears of War type, which I'm not a big fan of, so I actually did a lot better in first person, which is really surprising, because in Battlefront 2 and 1, I completely killed in third person. I sucked at first person, so kind of switching it up on me. The dogfighting in this game, it's almost identical to Battlefront 2, because I mean, let's face it, it's pretty much the same thing. You know, you fly around, you lock on, and you shoot missiles. Hopefully they connect. You have evasive maneuvers, you can just shoot, so it's pretty much like Battlefront 2. The only new thing is hero ships, which was actually a pretty cool addition, because you can now have like the Millennium Falcon and the Slave 1, so I thought that was pretty cool. Lack of space battles is kind of saddening though, because in Battlefront 2 it gave a big Star Wars vibe as you fought in space. The heroes in this game does have a very minuscule amount of heroes at the moment, but this was recorded before 2016, just before. It's like the 29th of December. So yeah, the heroes are harder to control in this game. They don't have, I'll touch more on this later, but it just doesn't have like the classic Battlefront movement. So, just in my opinion, I found it harder to be a hero in this game, maybe because I never was a hero in multiplayer on Battlefront 2, but the heroes seem to be less OP in this game, which is actually pretty good. Uh, Luke, the heroes are Luke, Leia, and Han Solo for the Rebels, and Vader, Palpatine, or the Emperor, I guess, and Boba Fett. So Luke doesn't have a saber throw, which is good. Darth Vader does though, and the saber throw is really overpowered, as it was in the previous games. But yeah, they each have 3 unique abilities, and they're pretty. I guess it's pretty okay. I mean, they're still kind of just that. They're more powerful than regular infantry, but they're still not like too OP. If you have a good team, they can be dead really short or quickly. The last thing about gameplay is the power-ups scattered across the battlefield. I guess that kind of compensates for not having classes, classes. Because this game does, this is one thing I don't like about the game. The old Battlefronts had classes. Like you had a guy with a rocket launcher, that was a class. You had like the engineer with the shotgun and the regular guy with the rifle. In this game though, we have loadouts, which I was really sad whenever I heard that, because one thing about Battlefront that I always liked was just having the classes. So, yeah. Not a big fan of that. So yeah, that's all I have to say about the gameplay. Alright, now I'm going to talk about each of the game modes. I did play all of the game modes that I could, and some of them I enjoyed more than others. Supremacy is the first one I'm going to be talking about. It's pretty much Conquest. If I remember correctly, it seemed a bit more linear, like in Conquest and Battlefront 2 and 1, like the command posts are scattered all over. In this one, it seems more linear, like you just push forward and they're kind of conveniently placed that way. I don't remember exactly, so I might be wrong. Walker Assault was a pretty unique game mode. I'll be talking, I guess I'll try to explain the game modes if I can remember them, but it's Walker Assault. The Imperials have to escort their walkers. Correct me if I'm wrong, it's like to, I don't know where, I guess to the end of the line. The rebels have to control these uplinks that the Empire can also, like, turn offline, and if the uplinks are online, you get a Y-wing bombing run. If you get enough of those, then the walkers will, like, have a brief period where their shields are down, so then you can just unload all of your weaponry and hopefully destroy one. So I thought that it was a pretty fun game mode, because, you know, it was pretty unique. I never won. Well, actually, I did win, I think, as the rebels, maybe. I don't remember. Fighter Squadron, it's a game mode where you shoot down ships, enemy ships. It's like a dogfighting game mode, and you can get the hero ships. You also have to destroy these transport and while defending your own. Honestly, I like the space battles more, because I just liked in the space battles how it was more focused on destroying parts of the ship, the enemy's ship, and you could like board their ship, and I thought that was pretty fun. But I guess Fighter Squadron's an okay dogfighting mode. Blast is one of the more casual game modes. It's basically the Call of Duty equivalent, or it's basically the equivalent of Team Deathmatch in Call of Duty, you know, just a game mode you would play when you really didn't feel like doing much, just kind of bored, wanting to shoot people. Because that's all you do in this game mode, you just shoot people. I don't think it has heroes or villains, so you pretty much just use your weapons. I think Supremacy has heroes and villains, and Walker Assault does. And like I said, Fighter Squadron does, so yeah. Cargo, pretty much capture the flag. It's basically capture the flag. I really can't explain it. Just go to that side, get the cargo, take it to your side. That's all it is. Drop zone, I guess you could say it's kind of like a King of the Hill game mode. Not to show it, I'm just kidding. But it's pretty much these drop pods are dropping around the map, and you have to claim them, and you have to defend them, and if the enemy runs up to them and holds X or whatever square, they can claim them as well. So it's pretty much that. It was very frantic whenever I played it. I actually joined a game where I think my team was losing, and it was like pretty close, and we were tied 3-3 or 3-4. We were down, and apparently the timer doesn't run out if there's a drop pod being claimed. So we were kind of fighting over it, and we got it. So it was very frantic, and we ended up making a draw. So yeah, very frantic game mode in my opinion. That's just how I felt playing it, because I got really mad at my team for not playing the objective. I'll talk about that later. Oh boy, rant time coming up. Droid Run. If you've played Call of Duty, if you've played Domination, it's pretty much a moving version of Domination. 3 droids, and you have to claim them, or capture them, or yeah, basically. And you have to defend. Yeah, it's basically Domination. It's pretty cool, I guess. Hero Hunt was a pretty fun game mode. It's pretty much like a Juggernaut from other games, i.e. Halo and such. I actually never thought about it, and it's actually a pretty cool idea. Basically, I think it's just 8 people in the lobby, and 7 people are the troopers, and there's one person that gets selected as the hero, and they have to, be the hero and kill as many people as they can, or the villain, depending on which, how it is. And if you kill that hero or villain, then you get to be the next one in this cycle, or the rotation. So it's a pretty cool idea. And I guess one thing they could focus on is adding more heroes. Of course, they're gonna add is like $20 DLC. But yeah, we need more heroes and villains, because the rotation is really small. It's just 3 heroes, 3 villains, and I mean, you can kind of just figure out what each of them does by now, and like how people play them. So maybe randomizing it would be a good idea as well, instead of just having the same predetermined cycle. Heroes versus Villains, this is another game mode I liked. It's pretty much a VIP-esque game mode. All of the heroes and villains, which means all 3 of them on each side, they all spawn in at the same time, and I think it's 6 on 6, so you have 3 infantry on each side, and you kind of have to protect your heroes or villains and kill the other side's heroes or villains. It was a pretty fun game mode. Like I said, VIP type, because once you kill the hero or villain, then they can't spawn it. Well, the person spawns in as an infantry. So I had fun with it. It was pretty intense. When you were the last one, you really just wanted to stay alive. So yeah. And the free DLC game mode, the Battle of Jakku Turning Point, it's pretty much a one-way conquest. I don't remember how many control points there are, but the rebels have to capture every control point from the Empire, and as they do that, I think they get more time added to the clock, and once the clock reaches 0, if the rebels don't capture all the control points, they lose. But if the Empire gives up all of their control points, then they lose. Honestly, I didn't see the rebels ever win, even though then again I only played 2 matches. But it was a pretty cool map for the game mode. The Jakku map is pretty new and unique for Battlefront, for Star Wars in general, because we didn't really get to see how that battle looked, and this is the first time that they could actually do something like that with this game, so pretty cool. That's all I have to say about the game modes. here's some additional things I noted about the game. As I said earlier, this game lacks classic Battlefront movement, like the rolling feature, going prone from the first game, etc. I didn't really like this. Honestly, Battlefront, to me, it's kind of, one thing I like about it is the complex movement. Well, it's not really too complex, but the movement you can have, like you can fire off a shot, go roll, and it really helps when you're running from Jedi. In the second game, I found just rolling like out of their saber throw or whatever. It's just pretty intense and fun, and this game lacks that. It just has sprinting and jumping and that stuff. The game looks and sounds good, actually. It looks and sounds basically like Star Wars, and I really like that. It felt pretty cool playing it. One thing about the sound I can note that's bad is the voice acting. It really just wasn't that good all around. Honestly, the only voice acting I liked was Boba Fett, and I guess Leia was decent, but other than that, it was, you can just go listen to it. I won't really talk about it anymore. So, another thing I noted, this is a problem with every shooter game I play. No one plays the objective. Yeah, I know you like shooting people a lot. I know it's really fun, but can you, like, please just play the objective for once? I didn't have this problem too much. Most of the time people were playing the objective, but sometimes, man, people just didn't do it. I was the only one doing anything. It's kind of sad. The problem also shows a lot in Call of Duty, especially because that game is rife with 5-year-olds. The soundtrack was pretty cool. It was basically just classic John Williams Star Wars music. Kind of like the other games, the other Battlefront games. But I just thought it was pretty cool hearing some of the classic songs as you were fighting, like in the last minute or so. I hope they patch this. There were some really bad spawns. I had a couple of times where I spawned right in front of enemies, and other times where I spawned right behind an enemy and killed him cheaply, so they really need to fix that. I know there's some other things they need to fix as well. And one thing I really don't like is the very weak single player. It's really lacking a lot of content. It's pretty evident. There's the training missions, which you really have to do, whether you're playing it for only multiplayer or not, so you can just get the feel of the game. Other than that, there's battles, which are pretty much from Call of Duty Kill Confirmed. You have to kill enemies and you pick up their tags for 4 points, and you can pick up your teammates' tags to deny the enemy team from getting points. So yeah, it's pretty much that, the battles, and there's also hero battles where you just get to play as a hero and do the exact same thing. The game also has survival mode, which I found pretty much just a generic survival thing. You know, just survive, yeah. It's really all you do. You know, you get supplies and stuff, and you just kill people and survive. So yeah, that's all I have to say about the game. Alright, so overall, if I had to give it a rating, I'd say probably a 7.5 out of 10, maybe an 8. Just honestly, Battlefront 2 had a lot more content in this game, and it was just in general more fun to play. Sorry about that. It's not to say this game isn't something to have fun with, because it was pretty fun. It's just it's just a game to have fun with. It's a shooter, but it's just too much multiplayer oriented. The other Battlefronts had their multiplayer features, but they also gave a good single player experience, like Galactic Conquest and a campaign. So yeah. Leave your thoughts in the comments, what you think about the game. I'd be interested to hear, especially from longtime Battlefront fans. So yeah. So hope you enjoyed the review. You can leave this video now if you're not a fan of my channel. But to my fans, I'll explain why I haven't been posting a lot of videos recently. In an upcoming update video, I will actually make this update video. I'm not gonna like postpone it. So yeah, I'll talk about it in that video if you're interested in hearing why I'm not doing very many videos and why my videos might be a rare occurrence unless, you know, you guys really want to see them. Because I actually don't know how much you guys want to see videos or not. If you really want to see them, I might start making more of them. But I'll talk about it in the update, so I'll see you guys. Next time.